Every journey has a beginning and an end. But what if one's journey ended back in the middle? In the middle of March, the middle of the country, the middle of the arena, the middle of the mat. One's strength comes from within, in one's heart, in one's mind, and one's spirit. For a select few, a champion can be found hidden within. Time to dig deep, step into the middle, and find one's end. Here at the 2023 NCAA Wrestling Championships.
A season-long quest for one of sport's ultimate honors reaches its final destination at the BOK Center in Tulsa. After 2 days of testing and pushing the human spirit and will, an elite core of 80 wrestlers have emerged from a massive field of 330 to earn the right to be called an All-American. One final chance to raise the arm and cement your legacy as one of the country's best. Welcome to the medal round of the 2023 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Another sellout crowd descends on the BOK Center on a chilly Saturday morning here in Tulsa, the third and final day of the NCAA Wrestling Championships. For the second straight year, Penn State in a position to claim the team title. All it will take is one win in this medal round for Penn State to win their 10th national championship in the last 12 years. Iowa, Ohio State, Cornell, the next three. It should be interesting for the team race as far as 2 through 4 and who earns the trophies. Couple of good matches. Second period on the right, overtime on the left with Cam Amin and Shane Griffith of Stanford as those two muscle their way out of bounds. Less than a minute to go. Sudden victory, tied at 1.
What a career. Shane Griffith, national champion 2 years ago, brought attention to the Stanford wrestling program that was dropped and ultimately was reinstated, and several-time All-American. Shane Griffith coming back from the disappointment of not winning another national title, but going to be on the podium with Cam Amin.
And he had some tough matches. His round of 12 blood round match was against Julian Ramirez, who had beat him last year. Oh, good takedown by Hidley. Amin is just a physical guy. Continues to push. And a stall call against Griffith.
Kevin Jackson, Olympic champion, and back in his home state of Michigan as an assistant coach to Sean Bormat. Tremendous culture builder in addition to this Michigan program, who were the Big Ten champs last year and runner-up in the NCAAs as a team.
Tiebreakers with Griffith and Amin coming up, and it will be Shane Griffith of Stanford to go down first underneath. His choice. He goes down, quick stand up. Amin will reload a couple of times, reposition the grip, gets him back down gently, but boy, you see the energy from Griffith underneath, and the momentum, the continuation of action goes out of bounds.
Yeah, a lot of grit there by Amin. He knows that you can take a stall call here if you have to. You just want to get all 30 seconds in the ride, and he's almost halfway there.
Speaking of the ride, that's what Hidley's trying to do if he can finish up on top in this second period. 3-2 over Coleman.
There's got to be an attempt here. Good job. Good job by Amin. So at this point, what is he going to do? Is he going to go underneath or is he going to go neutral? It's always interesting to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, and it depends on what's been happening. Shane Griffith was not able to take him down in regulation, but he chooses to try to get out here, and he did a nice job of getting that hip.
Shane Griffith's very good here for the Merkle position.
Got the Merkle position. He can stay right there. That headlock, leg in.
So the question is, if it's a side headlock, he might get a stall call. But he's standing on his feet. Nothing. Out. Amin.
And it's not over. Griffith has 10 seconds. He's got to get after it. but Amin can basically stay away and run.
Cam Amin in a good position with 3 seconds to go, up 2-1. Meanwhile, Hidley with a 3-2 lead. Coleman trying to cut into the riding time. Hidley into a position to get away. He'll try to kick his opponent off. Boy, Coleman just stays right on that leg. Finally, Hidley gets the point just as the riding time goes under a minute.
Man, I love the camaraderie, the respect that these wrestlers have for each other. They know they're all in the same position. They just get after it. You saw the hug between Griffith and Amin, and that's what this sport is all about.
Caution because Coleman came on a little too rough.
A lot of experience on the mat here with Hidley and Coleman. Coleman, the 6th-year senior out of Ames.
Ooh. This is when it gets very difficult to break through the head-hand defense of Hidley, and he has a very low stance. He keeps low center of gravity. Almost like an offensive lineman there. Hand down, ready to explode. So
40-second clock, and you see Hidley try to reposition, get himself back near the center, and that's what he's trying to do. Coleman won't let him get there.
Yeah, nice job of positioning by Hidley there. He goes from one side of an underhook, blocks with his forearm, and then comes with the underhook to the other side, changing his levels.
he's gone stall mode, but that's fine. Stalling isn't always bad. People say you shouldn't stall. There's some times where stalling makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. It's management. It's about winning here, and it looks like Hidley is going to move on.
And Coach Popolizo isn't even in coaching. He's just looking.
NC State entering this third and final day in the number 9 spot. The Wolfpack, the ACC champs, with 41.5 points. Hidley is going to add 3.5 more with his win over Coleman of Iowa State. Matt Cass bringing you every single ounce of the action from Tulsa, the medal round and the consolation semis on ESPN+. Kyorini, Sam Latona getting started at 1:33, and at 1:25, Killian Cardinal, West Virginia, and the freshman Virginia Tech's Eddie Ventresca. Quint, I know you've had the best seat in the house the past couple of days. What's it been like here in Tulsa, floor level, with these athletes, coaches, and our crew?
It's amazingly intense. And you mentioned Brian Sachs, who's been doing this show for more than a decade. We hire him because he's tall. He's like the tallest guy out here. But he's the guy who gets all the walk-in shots, the warm-up shots, the reaction shots. And for those of us down on the floor, this event, I mean, this event stays with you for a while when I go home, because you see the highest highs you're about to see tonight and here in about an hour, and you see the lowest lows last night, whether it was Spencer Lee. You see the reactions between coach and athlete coming up. Seniors, last time they'll take the mat. And you see the hope of the future with the young guys. This is as raw and as just the human emotion and the strain. There's nothing like it.
It's not uncommon for fans even to take a couple of days off next week just to regather their thoughts, their energy, and focus back into daily life.
I'm not going to work next week.
Does your boss know yet? He does now. No score, Arini and Latona. This is a rematch of the ACC championship. These two colliding again for 7th. Ventresca with a 3-2 lead on Cardinal, and then 141 also happening as we speak on Matt Cass, which again is available on ESPN+.
Arini and Latona wrestled in the semifinal. Oh, look at it, bear hug here by Cardi and Killian. Got some takedown. takedown, no back points. But as I was saying, Orini and Latona wrestled in the semifinals of the ACCs. And they'll be wrestling again, assuming that they both at 133.
All these matches for 7th and 8th. And like I said, it's not where they wanted to be, but one's going to end up on with a win, and both are going to be on the podium when the awards are given out tonight.
No control here. Latona's did a good job of pulling his opponent back to the center where there's more space. Got time. You don't want to rush.
A nice job there. He had it elbow deep. Now it's nice job of not going down to the mat, staying high, tripping.
Good defense.
Yes, great defense.
Wow. It's pretty impressive, Cardinal. Look at this. We're going for 7th place, and we have the number 27 seed, Ventresca, number 28 seed, Cardinal, going for 7th place. Crazy.
Let's talk a little bit about West Virginia, because Tim Flynn is getting things going there. Cardinal coming back after a season of injury, 2-time All-American. And there is Tim Flynn watching the wrestler that was his first All-American during his tenure at West Virginia. Noah Adams was the coach's All-American back in 2020, but Cardinal with his 7th place finish, a big reason and a tone setter for Flynn in West Virginia.
Yeah, a lot of heart shown by Cardinal. You know, he'd been an All-American, could have called it quits. Had some shoulder injuries that was really causing him problems, and yet they managed it well. And he defaulted out of the Big 12s, really had this on his mind, and comes and becomes an All-American again.
Killian started his career at Old Dominion, spent 3 years with the Monarchs before the program was discontinued. Has his bachelor's degree now in the West Virginia School of Medicine.
There are several Old Dominion transfers in this year's field. Stevie Martin, the head coach at Old Dominion, did a nice job of building up that program. Unfortunate that they do not have that program anymore, but he sent some schools some good wrestlers.
He certainly did, and they really spread out geographically all across the country with their landing spots.
I know it's revisionist thinking, but can you imagine how good Old Dominion would have been if they kept that talent? At 133, you have McGee, and then you have a lightweight here with Cardinal. I mean, just unfortunate, but we got Morgan State to hopefully fill in their spot.
Well, yes, and more than unfortunate. Shame on the athletic department for not seeing the value of this program and casting it aside. It's just hugely unfortunate, but yes, we celebrate Morgan State and Kenny Monday and what's going to happen there with the new addition to that to Division I.
Cardinal leading by 2, 6-4, low scoring between two wrestlers familiar with one another. Orini out with a 1-0 lead as they go to the 3rd on Sam Latona. First year at 33 for Latona, the redshirt junior out of the state of Alabama.
Good reshot there by Ventresca. Has got 20 seconds to slowly bring up, and he gets the takedown.
Man, he wrestles hard. Ventresca, I've been watching him all tournament. He is really relentless, continues to keep the motor going.
And the crazy thing is that he was in a dogfight to find out if he was going to be the starter. And it wasn't really decided until mid-January. And what a great decision Coach Roby and Virginia Tech did by making Ventresca the starter.
I'd say what they usually say is that the decision is made by those wrestlers, you know, and the way they work, the way they then win their wrestle-offs and take that spot.
First look in at Brock Mahler of Missouri. He gets a couple of near fall points, goes up 5-2 on Michael Blockus of Minnesota.
I like it when a program has a title like Tiger Style, and it's not hard to recognize them with their uniforms.
Oh, got to watch himself there. Look at trying to keep a foot in. Something's got to stay in as soon as they went out. They stopped. I love the little awareness that wrestlers have where the out of bounds is and where their body is. Because in college wrestling, any part of any wrestler body that's on the line or inbounds, it keeps going. Unless you put your foot outside of the wrestling mat.
Yeah, one of the great rule changes a few years ago that just rewards the aggressive wrestler, keeps the wrestling going, and allows for more points to be scored.
Good shot. Good shot there by Latona, trying to lift up the heel. He's going to lift it and stay between the legs. You don't want to give too much of an Aaron. Good job, Arini. Continue to move. Arini's going to try and get his hips out. Latona's holding on to the leg. There's the takedown. Stalling against Carter now.
Side by side on the two mats, Virginia Tech trying to pull off some tight wins. Latona does. 7th place for Sam Latona. A 2-time All-American, 6th in 2021. And now here in 23, wins his final match of the year. Latona, Virginia Tech, one of 5 All-Americans for Coach Tony Roby this year. Points a couple of years ago, nobody scored more points at the NCAA tournament than Mikhail McGee. He lit up the board with 75 points. That high-octane offense has certainly made him a fan favorite.
And when we talk to him, such a nice guy. You know, smiling and happy. You cheer for nice people.
2 tight matches at 74 and 84. Virginia Tech tries to stay red hot in this medal round with Makai Lewis. Tied at 1 with Foca of Cornell, Trent Hidley, NC State, Caleb Romero for Ohio State. They're late in the second period, short time, and a 1-0 lead for the ACC champ.
Foca and Lewis have wrestled before, and it's been tight matches, but that's their counterattack. That's what he's good at. Foca's got to try to get around, but at this point, short time. He's going to try and stay right between the legs. And Makai Lewis is trying to elevate his hips to break the grip. He's playing that left hand down. He's going to try and cover the ankle. Trying to break the grip. Foca has a really good grip right here. Battle of 2 New Jersey studs. But look at Foca. Look at Foca. Nothing yet.
Come up,
Didn't get it.
Get the head up.
Squirming and rolling. Fighting for Jersey supremacy here.
Sudden victory on the left with Foca and Lewis. Josh Humphreys of Lehigh. What a tournament it's been for him, coming back from an ACL injury in 2021. He's pitching the shutout late on Jared Franick of North Dakota State.
Humphreys had a really heartbreaking round of 12 last year loss, and has really come back with a great season. Undefeated coming into the NCAAs for Coach Pat Santoro.
Josh Humphreys told us he was coached by his dad at the younger levels. Actually, this is what really surprised me. He actually hated to throw boots in up until high school. He's been pretty good. Once he caved in and decided the boots in was an okay idea. There haven't been more who have turned and scored from the top position over the last few years than Josh Humphreys.
And he said he's going to come back for another year, so look out, 157.
Still tied at 1. Sudden victory with Foca and Lewis. Hidley and Romero also tied. Riding time not a factor late in the 3rd period.
One of the things I've noticed going against Trent Hidley, saw it last night with Brooks, and I'm seeing it with Romero. Trent Hidley's a bull. He's going to try and force that underhook. But when you attack him, he has to give up a little space. That's what you see. He gets the underhook and he drives forward. But when you have that arm in on the collar tie with the elbow to the chest and you attack the attacker, it nullifies the underhook.
2 guys that are easy to root for. Hidley and Romero. I've talked about Romero. I've loved his career. Ethan Smith and him, teammates for so many years. Romero You know, he's not in the finals. He's not one of the top 2 wrestlers, but he very seldom loses to anyone that he shouldn't win. He wins those matches he should win, and he has represented the Buckeyes with some great years, and now his best year ever, best finish, whatever he finishes here.
Bonus wrestling at 74 and 84, 2 30-second tiebreakers. And look at Mekhi Lewis. He was nearly close to getting out and putting Foca in some trouble, but Foca, Rock, stays latched on.
He's got that ankle lacing. Can he ride him? No, he can't. Mekhi was just like this in the ACC finals of Alex Faison, where it's overtime, and he had to keep Faison down. So here it is. We have to see if Mekhi Lewis, the mental toughness of a national champion, can he keep Foca down?
Romero on the attack. Couple of change of level shots. Still no offense, though, with Hidley tied at 1. They're in sudden victory. Mekhi getting drug out by Foca, but keeps control. Back to the center and a fresh start. Critical whistle here for Chris Foca. Let's see what he does underneath.
He slides out. Foca's rolling. He stands up. Foca's almost out. Look at the rolling. Wow. He got out. He got out. Right at times in Foca's direction. But there's a shot by Mekhi.
Great down block by Foca.
Foca, what a gutsy win right there. Wow.
Chris Foca did not have a good second half of the season last year. He and Mike Gray met after Detroit. A completely different guy here in 23. Bought in, mixed up his training routine. It all pays off. Third place, a thriller as he takes down Mekhi Lewis. Chris Foca, the All-American for Cornell.
And Romero in on trying to get the takedown at the end of the sudden victory. Does he have it?
We got to look at the clock. They're going to look at the clock. They're going to look at the clock.
And they're going to look because I think that Romero says, I had both legs. I had them both. And so they're going to look, and he feels pretty confident. They're going to say there was 2.
They're going to look for 2 things. They're going to look to see was control established. Was control established, and then how much time was on the clock. The official did not signal the 2 yet. So the question is, did the official miss the 2 when the clock was still running? So 2 things are looking: clock and control.
Right, and he doesn't have to signal the 2 if the 2 was there. You're right.
If the 2 was there and he believes it,
yeah, that's right.
Then he can say, yes, the 2 was there. I just didn't call it. So we're looking at 2 things: clock and control.
Stall call on Monday late as Amin tries to find the takedown that would deliver third place for him. First time they've tagged Monday, who leads Cam Amin 3-2.
And while it is a battle going on of the family strong ties here.
On further review, 2 takedowns.
Third place for Caleb Romero. What a way to finish your career.
And Quincy Monday's trying to stay in there. He's giving up 1 stall. He's got to stay with that underhook. And is he getting it? Quincy Monday comes back with a third place finish. I'm excited for everybody. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Caleb Romero in his second year at 184. Started his career at 74. Took 6th last year in Detroit. His highest placing at Nationals, a 3-1 sudden victory win, a last-second takedown over the multiple All-American from NC State, Trent Hidley.
Under a minute of advantage time here on 4. 3-2 Van Ness, Penn State. Parker. Now a three-time All-American for Arizona State. 3-0 lead on that three.
New match here on mat number 1, 157 pounds. In the red from NC State, Ed Scott, his opponent. In the green from Lehigh, Josh Humphreys.
On the floor, but a toe is in. 2 takedown for Shane Van Ness. At the buzzer, escape for the 5-3 victory. Your winner, for Penn State, Shane Van Ness. All tied at 3, Murin and Marco. Riding time not a factor down there on 3. New match. Coming to match number 4. Wrestling at 165 pounds on mat number 4. Wearing the red from Wisconsin, Dean Hamilton. His opponent from Princeton, Quincy Monday.
We're tied up 1-1 in the third here. On 2 is Frantic and Rob.
Under 30 seconds to go. Marco with a 4-3 lead here on 3. And Quincy Monday, cradle locked up, but no takedown. Hips are not covered here on 4. Quarter 3, moving on, your winner, from Arizona State, Kyle Parco.
We've got officials at the table, but we've got 1-1 and 4 dots. So once this decision is cleared up one way or another, we'll be heading to sudden victory. But 1-1 at the end of regulation here on 2.
Consolation semis, 174. Wearing the red, from Virginia Tech, Makai Lewis. And his opponent from Oklahoma State, Dustin Plott. Makai Lewis takes it to 0 lead here on 4.
Fingers. Get out of it. Get out of it. Let it go.
Quincy Monday, 2-1.
Stay out of it. Unlock coming. Short 3, 2, 1.
Matt Tiger 2 puts Quincy Monday 2-1 lead here as we begin period number 2.
Go ahead, Red. Down 1. Down 2. Down 3. Down 4. Down 5. Yes, hold the still goal. Hold it. Hold it.
Up and down into Makai Lewis of Virginia Tech. Quincy Monday with all the swipes for near ball. Jared Frank. They're clapping in Fargo in a sudden victory for North Dakota State. Your winner, Jared Frank on man 2.
You can't get time to do it. You can't get time to do it. That's 30 seconds later. We're going to look at it. It's an official review. Official. They talked about it without a challenge.
New match coming into 165 pounds. From Michigan, Cameron Amin, his opponent. In the red, from Stanford, Shane Griffith. Closing out period 1, 2-1, Lewis on 3. This is your number 3 and 5 seed here on 4. Amity the 3, Monday the 5. 2 more on the board for your number 3 seed from Virginia Tech, Makai Lewis. Plot of Oklahoma State, number 5.
Red, set, green, get on. Pull that knee backwards. Pull that knee backwards. Keep your hook. Still green. Stay with this. One down. Watch your head. Yes. Let go. Headlocks are coming. Headlocks are coming. Headlocks are coming. Chest down.
That move is fine. That move is fine. That move is fine.
That's one right here. Stay in here.
Getting tight here, now 8-5 for Quincy Monday of Princeton.
and Josh Humphreys.
New match coming up here on mat number 4. Wearing the red from NC State, Trent Hidley. His opponent from Iowa State, Marcus Coleman. And at a point for advantage time, moving to the third place match from Virginia Tech, Makai Lewis. New match here on 3 for Missouri, Rocky Elam. His opponent at 197 pounds for Iowa, Jacob Warner.
45. Set.
Here in sudden victory on 2 with Amin and Griffiths.
Green choice. Green selects down. Lights off. Take it out of him. Green, you have one warning for stalling. Bottom set. Top cover.
Coleman slides the toe on the reversal here on 4. 2-0 for Marcus Coleman.
One.
Hidley.
Yes, there we go!
Throw by and a takedown.
Keep right up, pick it out of it!
Rocky Elam takes the lead for Mizzou on 3.
Drop down. Not about.
In the tiebreakers here on 2, Amin and Griffin.
Red slugs down. You're fresh! You're fresh! Keep pushing the pace!
Did you know March is Athletic Training Month? We want to thank all of our athletic trainers for all they do. Once again, thanks to all of our athletic trainers, and this is the month of the athletic trainer.
Out of bounds!
And we begin period 3 here on 4, 3-2. Hidley over a minute of advantage time.
Down 1, 2, 3.
And victory on mat number 2 in the tiebreakers from Michigan, Cameron Amin. And a winner on mat number 1 from Cornell, Chris Foka.
Green, red, you're still down. No setbacks. Keep getting that. Keep getting your stand up. Top cover. Make sure you get your head in the midline. Head in the midline, okay? First caution. Top cover. Work.
Now 5-2 for Hidley on 4.
New match coming to 285 pounds from the United States Air Force Academy, Wyatt Hendrickson. His opponent from Northwestern, Lucas Davison. Match number 2 at 197 pounds from Cal Poly, Bernie Truax. His opponent in the red from Ryder, Ethan Laird.
Work center. That's the stall every day. Make sure you work center. Red, you're orange. Stay off the edge. Orange. Orange for the edge. Work. 2 seconds. Work.
5-2. Moving into the bronze medal match, your winners. From NC State, Trent Hidley. And on mat number 2, 133 pounds, from North Carolina State, wearing the red, Kai Mulready. His opponent, wearing the green, from Virginia Tech, Sam Latona.
141 pounds on mat number 1. In the green from Purdue, Parker Phileas. His opponent in the red from Ohio State, Dylan Tamilio.
And on mat number 4, wearing the red from Minnesota, 149 pounds, Michael Blockus. His opponent, wearing the green from Missouri, Brock Mahler. Back and forth action here on the 3, a 3-2 lead for Eddie Ventresca of Virginia Tech. Commonwealth connections here. Ventresca, Blacksburg, Virginia is where he calls home right now in college. Bristow, Virginia is where Killian Cardinale hails from. Virginia State champion Killian Cardinale. Letting it fly down here on mat number 4, Tiger style. That's Brock Mahler of Missouri, up 2-0 on mat 4. Body lock, up and down. 5-3 for Killian Cardinale.
And team scoring in these placement bouts, 7th, 5th, and 3rd are very simple. 1 point for your placement and any bonus points you acquire. No more advancement. These wrestlers have gone as far as they can in their respective brackets. So 1 point plus bonus is what we're looking for here in the remainder of this session.
Cardinale of West Virginia chooses down to start period 2.
Latona with 2 in short time. And your winner on mat number 2, 7th place at 133 pounds from Virginia Tech, Sam Latona.
And a victory for NC State, finishing 5th at 157 pounds, Ed Scott. New match here on mat number 3. Wearing the green from Virginia Tech, Makai Lewis. And his opponent from Cornell, Chris Hoka.
And he'll take 3rd with a victory in sudden victory. A senior and a 3-time All-American from Arizona State, Brandon Courtney.
New match here on mat 4, 184 pounds, Trent Hidley of NC State and Caleb Romero of Ohio State, 184 pounds.
And for the referees converse, they're going to go 1 neutral. We got a brick thrown in from the red corner. New match here on 157 pounds. Hit the green from North Dakota State, Jared Franning, his opponent. In the red from Lehigh, Josh Humphreys. Call the mat will stand. Just one escape. 3 seconds on the restart. His last program in Norfolk, Virginia, much like his former teammate Gillian Cardinal, left him out to dry. He found a new home in Tempe, Arizona. And now he finishes as a senior and a 3-time All-American. In third place from Arizona State, Mikhail McGee. New match here on mat number 2, 165 pounds. From Michigan, Cameron Amin, his opponent in the red. From Princeton, Quincy Monday.
Warning on Romero here on 4.
Center. Green, you got 1 for stall. Get out of the overtime. Move your right hand. Ready? Yep. Green, now red.
Scrambling down on 3. Who has who? Volka and Lewis. Riding time not a factor. We go to sudden victory. Overtime on mat number 3.
Set, now.
And Romero with the escape locked in one. Riding time not a factor here. On mat number 1, on mat number 4, 184 pounds.
Fingers, get out of them. Fingers. Keep moving them, Chris. Step, step.
And finishing in third place for Lehigh, senior All-American Josh Humphreys.
Fingers. Go, smart. Fingers. Yep. Yes, yes. Smart wrestling. Smart wrestling. 35. I'll tell you the time, Fingers, get out. Fingers.
And we're going to the tiebreakers on mat number 3. 9 minutes. Doesn't solve it, so we need just about a minute more. Again, watch that riding time.
First point scored. Set.
Sudden victory overtime. Here on mat 4, Romero and Heidlich wrestling for third. Seconds of advantage time, escape for Makai Lewis. And Tulsa goes down to start his half of the tiebreaker. Escape for Foca, 4 seconds of advantage time for the Cornell Big Red. TBRT, that means in the tiebreaker, winner by the riding time criteria, and finishing third in the country from Cornell, Chris Foca. And finishing as a 3-time All-American and national champion, senior from Virginia Tech, Makai Lewis. And we're going to go to an official review here on mat number 4. They're going to check to see if there was a takedown. Going to the official
Go back to
review.
like 10 seconds. I just want to see this roll right here. His hands were locked for these two.
I think when he came around, stepped over.
Yeah, I can tell he's inside and outside right there.
So watch when he steps over. I was coming back to look for
Wrestling
him.
for third at 285 pounds.
Okay, yeah. Because right now he's inside.
Wearing the green from Iowa, Tony Cassiope.
He's got that other angle. There's two right there.
And his opponent from the United States Air Force Academy, Wyatt Hendrickson.
When does he have? Well, let's make sure there's time again. Yes. Go back. One more second. So let's go right there. Right. Go back. Stop. Wait, not yet. Right there. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah. 1 second. Punt further review. 2 takedown 3. 1 second. 1 second at the clock.
And in sudden victory, finishing third in the country. Your winner, a senior, 3-time All-American, 2-time place winner from Ohio State, Caleb Romero.
And finishing in third place, a senior, 3-time All-American and 2-time place winner from Princeton, Quincy Monday.